Hey, Deana, thank you so much for being with me today. I'm so excited to talk to you and about your all about your new app and everything that you've had going on. How are you?
I'm great. How are you? Thank you for inviting me to talk with you today.
Absolutely.
It's great to connect.
Yes, I'm so glad you could be here today. So I just can't wait to hear more about your app and what led you to develop it. Can you tell us all about Calmerge and how you created it?
Yeah, so it actually started, my son was in pre-K. His teacher used to send home a paper calendar, and the day that she marked with his name was our day to bring snacks for the whole entire classroom.
Oh.
The only rules that we had, nothing with peanuts, and then nothing that had to be refrigerated. Beyond that, we got to pick.
Yeah.
And he was 4. He couldn't tell me what he ate for snack that day. He couldn't tell me if he ate it, if he took a nap. And those were things that I was used to getting updates from daycare. And since we had moved over to public schools, I was no longer getting those updates. I often would forget that it was our snack day until like late the night before or the morning of, and we would be rushing around and trying to figure that out. And then I worried about the allergies. You know, food allergies are going up, and there's a lot more than just peanuts. And so, you know, I worried about that from that aspect. And so I actually got online and I started looking for an app. There's got to be something better than a paper calendar. And so I tried to find something that would solve all of these issues, and I couldn't find anything. And I found a company out of Atlanta, and they build apps for people. And so I was like, there's nothing out there like it. I'm just going to make my own.
That's awesome. I love that. And it absolutely sounds like my house on snack day when it's like, oh no, it's our turn, and you're scrambling around. And it's in those moments, I think, for any family that we forget to think about food allergies or intolerances or other issues that kids might have around foods. Having any tool that helps communication and helps communicate between teachers and parents is so vital, especially to food allergy families.
Absolutely.
What are your hopes for the app, and how do you think it'll be most impactful?
So my goal is to, 1, spread food allergy awareness, and to try to help keep our kids safer when they're at school. There's so many, families that just worry about this on a daily basis, and it's sad. They shouldn't have to worry about that, especially just being able to send their kid to school. They should be safe. And so using this app, the parents are able to actually see a collective list of allergies for the entire classroom. So they won't be able to see the child's name associated with the allergy, but they will be able to see all of their classroom allergies. And, you know, like I said, food allergies are on the rise. You have a parent with multiple kids and multiple classrooms. It's too much to keep track of, honestly.
Yeah.
And so this keeps all of those allergies in one place for the parents and the teachers, and they can access it at any time because it's right there on their phone. Right. They don't have to, you know, try to look up an email that was sent at the beginning of the year. It's there. And, you know, food allergies change. Kids grow out of them. Kids develop new allergies. And so, you know, that's not something that should be a one-time update once a year.
Sure.
And in addition to that, so with the app, parents are also able to anonymously notify the class of any changes in their child's health status. So like a new diagnosis of a communicable disease, and, you know, you get the diagnosis at, 4 p.m. on a Thursday night, and you can let the whole entire class know what's going on. So parents can start monitoring their own children for symptoms and hopefully slow the spread. So just to keep kids safer, from that standpoint, and overall, like, I have a whole list of features that I want to add to this. Right now, teachers are able to send messages back and forth to parents. They can send classroom announcements. Teachers are able to go through and select, basically make a snack list, safe foods that parents are able to select from to bring in. And so it's not going to be necessarily up to the parents to just hope that it's a safe food. you know, the teachers can check with that. I actually had a meeting yesterday morning with the app company about creating a sign-up sheet. So I'm trying to make this kind of a comprehensive app to hit all of the different features that a teacher might need, but then also, you know, what do parents want to know while their kids are at school, and try to get everybody on the same page. So
that's so great. I love the idea of incorporating the snack calendar and snack safe foods, but then also being able to communicate when, you know, you picked Johnny up from school and he didn't seem well, had a little fever, you took him in, and guess what? We're flu positive. Now we can let everybody in the class know, like, pretty much right away, rather than waiting for announcements to be sent home with school at the end of the next day or whenever, so we can all be kind of aware. And maybe that can even help to halt the spread a lot quicker, that's really, really awesome. How are you communicating about the app with teachers and schools now? Like, how are teachers and parents learning about the app?
So it just launched last week. So this is brand new. I have a a marketing company that's going to be helping with ads. And so we're in the final phases of getting all that going so we can get the ad campaign launched. So it's all coming soon. Hopefully maybe later today or possibly tomorrow, that will be all up and running. So
that's so exciting.
It is very exciting.
I guess I'm wondering, because I went to download the app and it was very easy to find. And then it was very easy to be able to like change my profile picture, put my information in, my child's information in, and then kind of a toggle to indicate that whether or not he has an EpiPen. And then it asked for the access code from the teacher. So the access code for the teachers, do they get that directly from from a sign up process?
Yes. So whenever the teacher signs up, they will be assigned a unique access code, and then they will be able to share that with the students in their classroom.
That's great. So ideally at the beginning of the year, the teacher could have established this, have the access code, and it could go out with all of the beginning of the year information.
Yes.
That's great. So now that you're on, I know you're on your own food allergy journey now. Can you tell us a little bit about that and kind of maybe what you wish you had known or what you've learned along the way?
Yeah, so, you know, this whole app process started about 3 years ago. At that time, we weren't dealing with food allergies at home. About a month ago, my husband gave my daughter some pasta that had been cooked in with a shrimp dish. And within about 5 minutes, she was complaining of her stomach hurting and her throat felt funny. And very shortly after, she started throwing up. And, you know, immediately I knew it was food allergies. It happened too fast. At that time, we didn't have an EpiPen. We actually were redoing our kitchen. So I had thrown out all of the expired medicine. We had no Benadryl in the house.
Oh, no.
My husband had to run out to the store to go buy Benadryl. I think I asked my daughter like 10 times, like, are you breathing okay? And, you know, that was my biggest fear. And thankfully she was okay. We got her Benadryl and she was fine, but it was scary. You know, had she said, yeah, I can't breathe, we didn't have anything.
Right.
So since then we went and saw her doctor, and we had the blood test done to check for allergies. And of course, shrimp was off the charts. We found out she's also allergic to scallops and tuna and hazelnuts, things we didn't know. Thankfully, she's not a big fan of seafood, so which is part of the reason why we were just now discovering this, because she's always refused it in the past, but still scary nevertheless. Yeah. And so since that, you know, and this was just like a week and a half ago that we got those lab results back. So this is brand new to me, having to deal with all this. We now have EpiPen at school and an EpiPen in my purse. You know, I carry that, and I have Benadryl that we carry around everywhere just in case. I've joined some of the food allergy groups on Facebook, which, you know, those have been wonderful. And just being able to, you know, see from other parents kind of what they're dealing with. And food allergies can be really isolating, and kids feel excluded. I mean, I hear story after story of, my kid had to sit by themselves at lunch today because they were the only one at the allergy table. Right. And, it's heartbreaking. And other parents are posting about, have you guys just decided to homeschool because their food allergies are so severe? And it's heartbreaking. Like if you want to homeschool, it should be because you want to homeschool, not because of your child's food allergies.
Right.
Because you're scared to send them to school. So I'm learning, like, you as a parent are your child's biggest advocate. It is your job to advocate for your child. I've also recently, and I'm not very familiar, but I've recently learned about the 504 plan. So you can get with your school to kind of outline a plan. These are the allergies, and this is what would happen if they're exposed and what to do. And so if you're a parent with, in a new situation like me, I would say definitely look into getting that set up with your school, just as an extra layer of protection. And no, you're not alone. There's a lot of parents that are going through this. And so.
Yeah, it's a lot to learn in the beginning. And I think you're echoing what I've heard from a lot of other parents, that finding support and resources and ways you can advocate for your child are so integral to the process. So how can we learn more about your app, and how can we connect with you? How can we follow along in this journey?
Yeah, so if you go to calmergeapp.com, it tells a little bit more about it. There's a short video that kind of highlights some of the main features of the app. I have created a Facebook page called Calmerge, and if you go there, I've actually created a video walkthrough for teachers and parents that you can watch. And so, it goes through start to finish, how to set up the account, all of the features, everything you can do with it. And then if you want to email me, you can email me directly. And it is calmergeapp@gmail.com, and that will come straight to me. So.
That's so exciting. Congratulations on everything.
Thank you so much.
Doing and building, and thank you so much for talking with me about it today.
That was great.
Excited to see how the app grows and how it helps people, and just look forward to following along in your journey. So
thank you
so much.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Bye.